everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Louise and I do a lot of travel vlogs and also day off vlogs which I upload every Monday. Also, me and my partner Jake has just moved from the UK to Canada and I've documented it all on YouTube for all my YouTube family to see. So if you do want to see the transition from me and Jake from moving from the UK to Canada, make sure you check out my videos and hit subscribe for the new updates. But today's video is slightly different. I've been seeing loads of YouTubers do this recently and I really wanted to get involved. I've currently just got back from Disney. I was very lucky and very fortunate to go to Disney World in Florida twice last year. I went in January and December. I saved up so hard because it's always been a dream and I managed to get there twice last year, which was just incredible. And I am also currently saving for an annual Disney pass for next year because now I live in Canada. I am only a few hours away from Florida, so any weekends that I have off and I've got saved money, I can fly on over with my annual pass. But I am all ready for this video. As you could probably see, I've got my Disney mini ears. I've also got my magic band on. I got this on my last visit. It is the Very Merry Christmas limited edition Christmas magic band. And I've also got my strawberry acai. Now, if you don't know what this is, I do talk about it in this video, so I won't go too in depth. But this is the best drink, one of the best drinks you can get in Disney World. It's like a strawberry lemonade. It's so refreshing. And now I live in Canada. They do similar drinks to America and I picked one of those up. And it's like -5 outside and I walked 20 minutes to go get this and my hand was freezing. So yeah, I've got my strawberry acai, I've got my magic band and I've got my ears and I'm ready to go. Oh my God, that's so good. So you already know what I'm going to be doing from the title of the video, but I'm going to be ranking my top 3 at Disney World. Now this was extremely hard because everything in Disney is just incredible. It's so magical. So I'm gonna start with rides. Now I have separated rides and experiences because I feel in Disney World there are a few like boat rides and little rides that I wouldn't really count as like a roller coaster ride, and it was so hard to pick my top 3, so I've separated it into like roller coaster rides and also experiences. So the first section of this video is going to be my top 3 rides. Now, sorry if you see me look over here because I've got my book of all my favorites just so I remember. Now I'm going to start from 3 and my third top ride has to be in Epcot and it is Test Track. Now I didn't know whether to pick Rock and Roller Coaster or Test Track, but the reason I chose Test Track was because of like the whole experience in general. I feel like it's such a long ride, but that's because you get to do so much. So like when you first go in, you get to pick your car and design your car, and then you go through and model it. Like it's incredible. The whole experience is so good. My favorite part of the ride is right at the end when you go outside and it's so fast. It's awesome. But yeah, that's my third ride that I chose. My second favorite ride has to be Splash Mountain. Now I was very surprised at this because I'm not a lover to water rides, as in like I hate getting wet, but as you know, Florida is always so hot, so sometimes it's quite nice and refreshing. Now when I went in January, me and Jake got to sit right at the front, which was awesome. And when we went in December, obviously I went on it with Megan, Sam and Jake, and it was just such a laugh. Like we went on the hottest day and we just knew we had to do it. It was so good, and that's quite a long ride as well. Like I feel like you go around sections and there's so many mini drops that you think it's going to be the big one, and honestly it's so good. I highly recommend Splash Mountain. Now my favorite ride, which got first position, is Expedition Everest. Now this is in Animal Kingdom and I have to say this is such a thrill-seeking roller coaster. Like it's so fast, it goes dark, there's like, I don't think there's any loops in there, but it makes you feel like there's a loop, and there's one section of the ride that you go to and it looks like the track stopped, but it actually doesn't. You go backwards, and then, oh, honestly, it's so good. I went on that ride with my friend Sam, and I went in the rain, and we couldn't stop laughing the whole time round. I would really recommend that. So my first space goes to Expedition Everest in Animal Kingdom. Now moving on to experiences. Now these I class as rides, but not roller coaster rides, maybe basically experiences. I just had to separate it because I couldn't fit all my favorite rides within the rides category. Now my third experience goes to the wave machine in Typhoon Lagoon, and the wave machine was huge. Now if you've been, you'll know what I'm on about, but I'm not even joking. That is the biggest wave machine I have ever seen in my life. Like, it takes you out. If you swim like to the deepest end that you can actually ride on top of the waves, but it gets you out of breath, like just getting there. I think I did it once and I was like, I am not doing that again. And I think the waves are like every 60 seconds because they seem to come round so quick, but it's so much fun. I went to Typhoon Lagoon twice on my last trip, and it was just, it's so much fun. Like, you can't stop laughing. It's so good. My second favorite experience has to be Sing Along Frozen. Now this is in Hollywood Studios, and when I first watched YouTubers say this is one of their favorite things to do in Disney, I was a bit confused. I was like, why? Like, you're just in a room singing along to Frozen songs, which obviously is amazing, but like, there's so many more things to do. But I'm not lying when I say you need to do it. It is hilarious. So there's two main actors and actresses that like narrate the film, and they are so funny. They're so sarcastic, and there's a bit of adult humor in there as well. Also, Elsa comes out, Anna comes out, and then at the end it fake snows, and then they sing like a new song, and it's so good. And it's one of those ones you can do like with a family or in a big group. Like I said, I went with 9 of us in December, and we all sat and we watched, and it was just such a good experience. Now my first place of experiences has to go to Kilimanjaro Safari in Animal Kingdom. Now all I can say about this is wow. Like, it is so breathtaking. So basically you sit in a Jeep and it takes you around on a little safari, and there's elephants, there's giraffes, there's crocodiles, there's lions, there's flamingos. Honestly, it is incredible. Now they can't guarantee that all the animals are going to be out, especially when it's super hot. Now me and my friend Sam went on a day where it rained, and it was honestly so breathtaking. I have never seen anything like it. Like, the giraffes were honestly right in front of me. We did go on another day where it was slightly hotter and they were a little bit further away, but it's still incredible. Like, that is the top of my list of the whole holiday, was that safari. Like, my favorite animal was giraffes, and as soon as I seen it, I literally got so emotional because it was incredible. Like, they're wild animals and they're literally right in front of you. It is so amazing. And when we got off the safari the second time I went on it, the man who was driving did say the best time to actually go to the safari is when it starts getting dark. So when we were there in the winter, it was around 5:30, because apparently the lions get a little bit more lively and they start roaring. I never actually managed to do that because we were so jam-packed, and I'd already been to Animal Kingdom twice that week before I got told about this. But next time I'm definitely going to put that on my list. And yeah, my first place has to go to Kilimanjaro Safari. The best thing ever. Now moving on to my third section is going to be my meet and greets with the characters. Now, as you know, there's 4 parks, and in every park there are meet and greet experiences. My third place has to go to a character in Hollywood Studios, and this goes to Edna from The Incredibles. Now, I do love The Incredibles. It's not one of my favorite films, so I'm very surprised at myself for saying this, but she gets my third place because her characteristics are so good. Now I'm putting a clip in now, hopefully, so you guys can see, but she can't talk, but the way that she like holds herself and how she acts around people was hilarious. It was so good. We've seen her on our second day, and it was hard for someone to beat that character because it was so funny. Like her characteristics, how she held herself, it was perfect. Like, yes, my third spot goes to Edna from The Incredibles in Hollywood Studios. My second meet and greet goes to Mickey and Minnie in their safari wear in Animal Kingdom. Now you can see Mickey and Minnie in other parks as well, but my favourite has to be in their safari outfit, and they are together, so it's super, super cute. Now my first, I think, will surprise some people because they're going to expect me to say Mickey because I went to see him in Magic Kingdom about 10 times to get my photo done with him, but it's not. My first place has to go to Big Hero in Epcot. Now, the reason I've chose Big Hero in Epcot was he was so cute and funny. So when you go into Epcot, if you go to the right hand side, it's inside, there's Joy and Sadness on one side and Big Hero on the left side. And there was no queue when we were there, and he was honestly so cute. He just wanted to hug everyone. He was like hugging Jake and not letting go. He was asking to try on sunglasses, and if you said no, he like shrugged down and his eyes closed. The costume was incredible, and we were probably with him for about 10 minutes and he didn't even move us on at all. Oh, he was so cute, and honestly I didn't think I would say that, but it's so weird what Disney does. It surprises you so much, and I think that's why it's so magical. Never did I ever think that that would have been my favourite character. I would have thought it would have been like Rapunzel or Cinderella or Minnie or Mickey, but honestly, Big Hero was so cute. So if you ever go to Epcot, don't miss him out. He is cute. Go see him. He's right next to Sadness and Joy. Okay, moving on to section number 4, and this is the fireworks shows. Now I have separated the fireworks shows to normal shows because I couldn't squeeze them all into a top 3. My list would have been longer than that, so I thought I'd separate it. So this one is the fireworks show. Now my third place goes to Rivers of Light. Now, I don't know if there is fireworks in Rivers of Light. I can't remember. But I'm gonna class it as a fireworks show because it's on a late night show on the river, and I think there is fireworks in there. Rivers of Light is a brand new show to Animal Kingdom, and it is on like the middle section of Animal Kingdom where the rivers are. The boats go across, there's like water that goes across, and there's like pictures projecting onto them. And for now we're gonna pretend there was fireworks in there so it can go into this section. The music is incredible. They play a lot of the Tarzan theme tunes because obviously it's Animal Kingdom. I probably cried about 3 times watching it. It is just amazing. Bringing me on to number 2 is Fantasmic. Now Fantasmic is a fireworks show and evening show as well, which is in Hollywood Studios. Now the day we watched this, it started to rain, which isn't the best thing because it's outdoors as well, but it was still incredible. Now this is exactly the same as Rivers of Light. They use water to project the filming on, but the difference between this one and obviously the Rivers of Light is it's basically showing Mickey through the years. So Mickey comes out in lots of different outfits. They even have the Steamboat Mickey as well. So right at the end of the show, there's this massive boat that comes out of front, and Steamboat Mickey is driving it, and then all the characters are on the back waving the flags, and I think that's one memory that I'll never forget. Like, that was incredible. And that's also the iconic Mickey picture of him with his fingers out like this and then fireworks coming out the top of it, and then also the blue hat, which I had to get in a Pandora charm this year because I just wanted to remember the show because it was incredible. Now this brings me on to my number 1 spot of fireworks shows. You've probably all guessed it already, and it's most people's number 1s as well, but it has to be Happily Ever After in Magic Kingdom. There is no show better than Happily Ever After. Now, this is on every evening in Magic Kingdom, unless you go on a night where there's like a party. For example, when we were there in Christmas time, there was a Very Merry Christmas party, I think twice a week, and on those 2 days, everyone had to vacate the park early unless you've got a ticket. So please make sure you're going to the park when the Happily Ever firework display is on, because if you went and missed that, you'll regret it. The song is just breathtaking. The pictures on the castle are breathtaking. Think about flying from the top of the castle down is breathtaking, and just everything about it. The amount of money they probably spend on fireworks is ridiculous. Just one of those things that you can't miss. Just a little tip, if you are going to watch it and you've not been before, it gets extremely busy very early on, and it's really hard to squeeze yourself into a spot. But another tip is don't go too far to the front, because it cuts out the sides. The best place to stand, I think, for Happily Ever After is in Main Street. So down Main Street, somewhere down there, so you can see the whole castle, because everything is involved, the fireworks. Now, if you stand too close, you can't appreciate the fireworks behind the castle. My first place has to go to Happily Ever After, which is the fireworks show in Magic Kingdom. Now, we're going to move on to normal shows now. So throughout the parks, there are lots of shows on all day. Epcot has a few shows on, like in every country. Hollywood Studio has like 4 or 5 shows as well. Magic Kingdom, like honestly, all the parks do have shows on throughout. My third place has to go to Festival of Fantasy Parades. This parade is in Magic Kingdom halfway through the day, and it is so hard to get a spot for it because people queue 2 hours before. But it's so good. So all the Disney princesses and characters come in their floats, they go down Main Street, the Festival of Fantasy song plays like over and over again, and everyone's all happy and smiley. Some of the characters come over and high five you, but honestly it's so good. And it's really good to get a spot down Main Street, so when the floats are coming towards you and you can take a picture, the castle is behind as well. But my third spot, yeah, has to go to Festival of Fantasy in Magic Kingdom. My second favourite show is in Animal Kingdom, and it has to be The Lion King. Now, one of my favourite movies of Disney is actually The Lion King, so this is probably what swayed me as well. So it's in a theatre, but a theatre like on the round, which is like breaking down the 4th wall. So you're all sat in a circle, and then 4 floats come in, and on those floats is like Pumbaa and Timon, and then like an elephant and a giraffe, and then all these like acrobat monkeys come in, and then these 4 incredible singers come on, and literally it gives you goosebumps. As soon as they start singing The Circle of Life, I'm gone. So my first place has to go to another show in Animal Kingdom, and that is Finding Nemo. It is so cute. It was so colourful, so funny, it was so cute, and it's all live singing as well. So basically the actors and the singers are holding the fish, and then they're just like live acting and live singing, and it's hard to explain. Like, I'll show you a clip with it, but it's so colourful. They've got people in the audience in waving the flag. Bruce is like incredible. They've all got their own songs, and it's very sad like the movie, but also like cheery at the end, and it was quite a long performance as well. So yeah, that's my first place, Finding Nemo at Animal Kingdom. So yeah, my next section, which is section 6, is gonna be food. My third place has to go to my character breakfast experience. Now, we went to Garden Grill in Epcot for our experience. Now, the reason I chose this for my one of my top 3 foods is because of the little hash browns. So they had these mini hash browns, and they were honestly So good. Oh my god, I'm so hungry right now. So you get given like a frying pan, and in that is full. It's hash brown bacon, Mickey waffles, scrambled egg, and then you also get like a bowl of fruit. Oh my goodness, and there's the Danish. So when you first walk in, there's like this Danish roll which is warm, and it's got like cinnamon in it. Oh my god, it's so good. My second place has to go in Epcot, and it is the Shanghai Holiday Kitchen, I believe, and it is a barbecue pulled pork. This comes with rice, if I remember correctly, and the flavors are incredible. So it comes in like a little dish. I would say it was like a meal, and we got an egg roll with it as well, but it was barbecue pulled pork, and the flavors was so good. Now this brings me on to my first place. This was so hard to choose because food in Disney, it's all incredible, so it's so hard, but I finally narrowed it down to my favorite. Now I know a few YouTubers have chose this for their favorite as well because it's the best. So my first place goes to Animal Kingdom Yak and Yeti honey chicken. Now honey chicken comes in like, it's a battered chicken covered in honey. It comes with rice as well, and it's so good. And it comes quite like, so don't go into the restaurant, go into like the fast food bit. So you take it and you go sit down because there's 2 Yak and Yetis, and the portion sizes are actually really good. But it was honestly so worth it, and I would buy it 10 times over again. So the honey chicken in Yak and Yeti, the takeaway section, you need to try it next time you go if you haven't seen it, because it's mwah! So we're now moving on to the top 3 snacks. So this is section 7. My third place for snacks has to be something quite messy and something that doesn't look good when you eat it, but it's just so yummy that you can't even vote it not to be on this list. And it is the turkey leg. Now I do believe that you can get it in only Magic Kingdom. That's the only place I've seen it, and that's where we got it from. It's so unattractive when you eat it, but it's so tasty. Like when you bite in it, the juices just come down. Oh my god, it's so good. It's absolutely huge. It's like you're on the Flintstones. It's massive. Jake got one, and obviously I nibbled on it too, but it's really good. In my second place, people could argue with me that it is a meal, but I didn't get it as a meal. I got it for a snack. So that is how I'm winning this one, is the chicken nuggets. Now the chicken nuggets are in every single park, and they are so yummy. So they've got the batter just right, and then the chicken inside is so soft and so delicious. Like, you need to try the chicken nuggets. You would think, why are you going to Disney to have chicken nuggets when you can have it in McDonald's at home? Because I'll tell you why. The chicken nuggets in Disney are better than McDonald's chicken nuggets. You heard it here, it's so good. My first place has to go to the Rice Krispie cakes. Now this is not any Rice Krispie cakes. This is the peanut butter one. Now there's 2 types of peanut butter. It's either the white chocolate peanut butter or obviously the brown chocolate peanut butter, and they are both amazing. Like, I would recommend them to anyone. I think you can get them in the majority of the parks. We got it in the Circus 10 in Magic Kingdom, and we also got one in Disney Springs in the candy room, the candy cold room, something like that. And honestly, they are so good. Like, if you like peanut butter, this will be your new favorite snack in Disney. Me and Jake probably about had 4 or 5 on our holiday. They could be quite pricey for what they are. Like, I think they're $6, $5.59. I think they're $5.59, but they are so worth it. But make sure you take a reusable bag with you, because there's no way that you would finish one of those in one go. Like, it's so sickly, but it's like a good sickly. Yeah. So we're nearly there now. We've got 3 more sections to go. I apologise if the lighting is going a bit weird, but it's just getting really dark outside because it started to snow. So I apologise on that. So my 8th section is drinks in the parks. So my 3rd place has to go to a drink in Animal Kingdom in Pandora, and I think it's called the Night Blossom. Now the Night Blossom is super sweet. So if you like sweet things, you'll like this. And it looks the colour of a Twister. So it's like pink and green. You can get this in Pandora right at the end near the restaurant. And it's got like night blossoms like on the top, and they're like super sweet as well. So when you pop them, they like dissolve in your mouth. It was such a weird sensation. My second drink has to go to the one and only strawberry acai, which I can now get in Canada. This stuff is incredible. So basically, you can get this down Main Street in Starbucks in Magic Kingdom. You can get this in any Starbucks in all 4 parks, I believe. It is so, so good. Now, this is a strawberry acai with lemonade in it. It's got fresh bits of strawberry in and lots of ice, and it is so refreshing. So when it's like an extremely hot day outside, go get one of these. It's so good. I actually got these just before the parade. So everyone starts queuing for the parade like an hour before. So I'd go get my Starbucks, I'll go find a spot. So this brings me on to my first place of drinks, and it has to be the drink that I got with my breakfast in Garden Grill. I do believe it's called like a tropical drink, and I think you can also get it in other breakfasts. It's called like a guava, and it's so sweet, and it tastes a bit like mango and guava together, and it's so like refreshing in the morning. I don't think you can get it in any of the parks unless you're on like the breakfast. Please correct me if I'm wrong, and that'd be amazing if you can, because I would love one of those throughout the day. But I got it at Garden Grill, and I also know you can get it on another breakfast as well. So my number 9 section is going to be the photo pass. Now, there is so many photo pass opportunities where there's loads of workers around the park to take your photo with either a character or just behind, like in front of the castle or something like that. So I've got my top 3 photo passes. My third place has to go to the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. The Tree of Life, I think, is so picturesque, like it's so beautiful, and that was one of my favorite photos that I did get. My second place has to be in Magic Kingdom. Now, when you've got down in Magic Kingdom past Main Street, if you go to the right hand side, there's a park. Now, there's a photographer in there which does a zoom picture, so they can capture the whole of Magic Kingdom in this picture, and then it zooms in to you. I don't know how they do it. I believe there's a camera on top of the building on Main Street, and it's amazing. I'll try and link it into this video now so you know what I'm on about, because I do sound a bit crazy right now, but it's so clever. So yeah, they've got the castle and all of like the main bit of Disney Magic Kingdom, and then it zooms into you and you're super tiny, but it's really cute, and I really like that photo opportunity. Now, my first place has to go, this is my favorite photo opportunity you can get. In January it was my favorite, December it was my favorite, and I think every time I go I'm gonna get it done. Not a lot of people know about it because it's not advertised, but as soon as it starts getting dark in Magic Kingdom, you need to go to the Rapunzel courtyard where the toilets are, because there's a lantern opportunity. I'll upload it, it's on my screensaver as well. I absolutely love it. Now, moving on to the last section, it's section 10. It's gonna be my favorite parks. Now, there's Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studio, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Typhoon Lagoon, and Blizzard Beach. So there's 6 in total in Orlando, and I've had to choose my top 3. So my third place has to go to Typhoon Lagoon. Some people are probably surprised at this, but it is so good. So there is never any, well, when I've been, there's been never any wait on any of the queues for the rides. And there's so many good rides, like there's loads of rides where you can get in as a big group, because there's big rubber dinghy ones. And then the wave machine is so much fun. I've never laughed as much as I had in the wave pool. It's so funny. And then there's like the beach, so you can chill. But honestly, it was so relaxing. It was definitely what I needed halfway through my holiday. My second place is Magic Kingdom. Now, Magic Kingdom is my second place. The parade is incredible. The Happily Ever After fireworks show is incredible. It's got my favorite Disney character there, which is Rapunzel. It was just, I think it's just the go-to park. Like, it's the like original, if you want to feel like you're in Disney, you go to Magic Kingdom. Now, my first place after and ahhing with Magic Kingdom has to go to Animal Kingdom. This place, I think, is by far the best park because my favourite rides are in here, my favourite shows are in here, my favourite food is in here, my favourite photo opportunity is in here. Like, it's just so magical. It just blew my mind how magical it could be, and I just think it's the best park that there ever is and there ever was. So anyway, that has brought me to the end of this vlog. I'm so sorry it was longer than I thought, but I love talking about Disney. As soon as you start me on a conversation with Disney, I am off. I would love to hear your top 3, so if you've got any top 3 that I haven't mentioned, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to hear about them. Also, if there's any trips planned by any of you, please let me know as well. I want to know when all your trips are so I can get jealous and maybe book another trip myself as well. Also, if anybody else wants me to film any other videos to do with Disney World, then please leave that down below and I will do that. I have got a few exciting videos coming up, like what you should use as a fast pass and what photo opportunities you should get around the parks and stuff like that. I've got a few videos planned coming up. Thank you so much guys for watching. Remember, if you did like it, then make sure you hit like. If you're new here, then hit subscribe. I've got some great videos coming your way. But thanks so much and I'll see you again soon.